I'm Nora from Hungary.
I'm Nick from Germany in the UK,
I'm Robbie from Belgium.
And I'm Camelia from Moldova.
and we'll be talking about the cultural differences in studying from a student's perspective.
In the Hungarian educational system, you will start off with a 3-4 year long nursery school, and then you will split 12 years into either 6-6 or an 8-4 year long periods in elementary and in secondary school. After that, the school usually offers to stay for one more year to get certified in a profession. Whichever the school offers, it differs. And then after that, or instead of that, you can apply to university to get your bachelor's, master's, and then PhD.
In Germany, you have two parts of the school system. You have the junior system and the senior system. The junior system is Kindergarten und Grundschule, and the senior part is Hauptschule, Realschule und Gymnasium. And they range up to year 12 or year 13, depending on which federal state in Germany you're in. In the UK, the system is similar. You have a primary school and kindergarten as well, which ranges normally up to year 7, and everything after that is the secondary school, which goes on mainly from year 7, but also year 9, all the way up to year 13, and you finish with your A levels.
Our Belgian education system consists out of 3 years in kindergarten, 6 years in elementary school, 6 to 7 years in middle school, and that depends on which course you took, and 3 to 5 years in high school or university. That depends of the fact of if you took a bachelor degree or a master's degree.
Talking about the school system in Moldova, first thing that I can mention is that we have primary school, which is divided in elementary and intermediate one, and then of course is the high school, which takes 3 years. In order to graduate it, you need to pass your national exams. Another important thing is the grading scale, which is like from 1 to 10. And I guess that's the crucial part to know about the school system in Moldova, is that it's mostly theoretically based, so of course we do a lot of research.
After the Hungarian style of education, we are used to studying during the study period instead of the exam period. So it's a great time to start binge watching Community or rewatch Formula One races during this time. I highly recommend. And of course, start the extreme study sessions like a day before the exam to just rehearse what we already know.
In the day before an exam, I would typically study for that exam. I would make sure that I've revised everything, gone over my notes, gone over everything that I need to know for that topic and for that exam. And then I would make sure that I've organized everything in terms of pencil case, charged my laptop, got everything with me that I need, so I'm prepared for the next day and I don't have to stress.
The way of studying in Belgium, the way I've seen it with most students, is that everyone tries to keep up with their schoolwork during the year, but most of the studying happens in the period just before the exams. So the weeks that you get off before the exams, those are the times that everyone just is behind their books, keeps studying day and night just to get everything done, just to get everything in their heads, but they don't really study that much during the year.
When it comes to the final days before an exam, there are usually two types of people. The first one are the people that are like chill, not worried about their exams during the semester, and of course they are going to leave the study part until the very last moment, so they're going to study the night before the exam. And speaking about the second category, which I'm obviously part of, are the people, the students that are taking it seriously. So they usually have a learning or study schedule, so they're planning everything. So yeah, usually the night before the exam, they're calm and not stressing about the exams.
The hardworking students we are usually really busy taking notes, of course, in class, but instead of the now usual way of taking notes on the computer, we just do it on paper because it gives us a better oversight. You can create charts, you can easily create anything you want with different colors. That's important. I've seen all the rainbows in everyone's notes in my class, and also you can pretty easily code it and collect it in a paper format. We just prefer it that way.
Taking notes for me was something that I learned pretty much all the way through high school. We were always taught to summarize everything that has been said and not put every piece of information down, and then just make sure that everything that you have makes sense but also is relevant to the topic. So being concise and having a clear note is something that is very important, the way I learned it and the way I do it.
Taking notes in Belgium doesn't really happen that much, in my opinion, just because of the fact that in middle school or in elementary school or whatever, we don't really need to use our notes, or we don't really need to make notes in general, just because of the fact that we have everything in our books, and everything that the teacher says is in our books. So we don't learn to take notes, and that's why I think that we in high school or in university also don't really take that much notes.
Related to the previous topic, which was final preparations before an exam, it's kind of the same for taking notes. Again, there are some students that are just physically present in the classroom, or sometimes they're trying to listen or to follow the teacher's explanations. And of course, there is the second category. They are taking notes, they're taking it seriously, they're writing down almost everything. Usually they have highlighters, and even sometimes they can have like a different color for each definition.
In Hungary, we are told that if you want to be taken seriously, you have to act that way and you have to dress that way. And that's why you will see us just in business casual, strolling around, or just not even casual, just full-on business attire. We don't have uniforms, we never really do, maybe in high school. And in university, we're still striving to achieve success, and so we dress that way.
The way I present myself for school is typically in a smart casual attire, something that's typically worn within a business as well, because it makes me prepared for what comes after university. Despite not wearing a suit anymore after having school uniform for the last 13 years of my life, isn't much of a change, but it feels good to wear something that makes you look smart and makes you look professional.
Here in Belgium, we don't have a school uniform in middle school or in high school or in elementary school even, and that's why we all just dress up casually. So normal people just go to school with a hoodie or a t-shirt and a jeans, and no one really cares about that. It's not even weird to see people go to school in a full tracksuit or in jogging pants or something like that, but of course in university this is a little bit looked down on, because it's not really that professional or business casual or anything, but it's not abnormal to us Belgians.
Last but not least, let's discuss about how you should introduce yourself as a student in Moldova. So most of the schools, they already have an uniform, so you don't have to worry about which outfit you wear for today's class. And a fact that, in my opinion, everyone should know about Moldova is that people are not that open-minded, and usually when it comes to the mindset, it's a conservative one. So of course, no nail polish or makeup allowed in school.